That's the button that means we're live. That's the button that checks, and it is, and we are. Yay! Oh, God. Eesh. Don't drink and do drugs, kids. This could happen to you in the length of time it takes to take a commercial break. Mr. Cyberbones, getting your bones out this early in the show, that's rude.
Oh, Russbar, anyway. Where art thou?
He's doing his best to try and look like you, from what I understand.
That's terrible.
But anyway, it's Friday. These are the crazy people I know. Some of the crazy people. I know a lot of crazy people. These are some of the crazy people I know that had nothing to do on Friday. And that can only mean that, oh, and I'm also Dirty 20 Gaming. That should have been in there somewhere too. But those three things, and then that can only mean that this is the FunShot Fridays. And this is part 2 in many, 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 many ways, which we will get to in a second. But first, I'm going to spend a little bit talk about this game. It's called System Shutdown. It's by Grant Howitt. We've done it before, which is why this one is called System Shutdown 2 Rebooted. Yeah, there it is. That's we'll just leave that there. Okay, it wasn't funny then. Fuck it, I'll take it out in editing.
Maybe you won't.
I never do. That would be work. It'd be far too professional. Speaking of professional, Grant Howitt, who built this game, is a professional, and we're going to do our best to play it in a less than professional manner. Speaking of which, we started the stream before I asked these guys, did you bring out all the macros? There should be 5 macros in the macro bar. Please bring them all out. And if you haven't, you do so now without looking at the screen like you hadn't had it done.
Like you missed it the first time?
I must have reset. Anyway, get those open. Grant built this game, and we had so much fun the first time. There was no way we weren't doing this again. And then joining me to do it in an order that is different than the order on the Twitch stream. He is a man of many characters on the Mercs of Mischief. There were several parts. The first character had several parts, so even the characters had like characters in them. So, man of many faces, and yet he keeps putting this one on in the morning. Scarred Adventure, thanks for joining us. I know you haven't been over there very much, but I'm hoping you're on the comeback trail soon in that field.
As soon as I can be.
Excellent. Oh, a brief pause while he rehydrates. What's in there? Next, Nick, he's been with us before here as well, doing all kinds of interesting stuff off stream, but we'll talk about that a little later. Thank you for joining us today. And then it's like Old Faithful and Mrs. Old Faithful down here. It's my my regulars. They've got grooves on the way in to the Zoom meeting where they always slide in. Bison
I have my own parking spot at this point.
You do, yes, and your own virtual parking spot at the virtual production studio where the virtual editor will make that real someday, right after he edits the start of this video. Don't hold your breath, dude. But speaking of part 2s, there's a part 2 coming from you. We'll get to that in a second. Also, speaking of part 2s, another part 2, Vola is back with us again with Samurai, who has been here before as well.
Yep.
So with that, let's do a real quick round of introductions. You guys, at least 2 of you have worked together before. So let's start with those 2. Well, not necessarily, at least they existed in the same world. Let's just start with Mr. Cyberbones, because I want this story first. Bison, who are you playing tonight?
Mr. Cyberbones. An old skeleton from the last time I was here. He's been about. It's been a bit of a wild ride, you could say, for Mr. Bones. And it started to go downhill in 1969 at a Grateful Dead concert. His magic toque that turned him into a hoser, the magic wore out. And if you think watching a man's flesh fall off slowly and is traumatizing enough, you should try that shit on acid. Didn't work out so well. So he's on the run. The cyberwave revolution hit in the 80s, and Mr. Bones has a great idea. Better than the time he turned off the safety lock on a magic scabbard and became the King of England somehow. He decides, I'm a golden skeleton. Why be just a golden skeleton? I can be a golden skeleton robot. So after giving some guy the finger, actually the whole hand, golden, we have Mr. Cyberbones.
Excellent.
Gilded up and cybered up and ready
The only
to
part of that wasn't perfectly clear is how you ended up as a golden skeleton in the first place, which was in a to-be technically accurate, completely unconnected game of skeleton adventurers.
He got really lost.
Yeah.
After he ran off, after they went off into the sunset, he turned left at like Albuquerque, and we have no idea what happened.
He met a rabbit. There was 6 missing months. Yeah, he's covered in gold. He messes with compasses. It was horrible. He met Hunter S. Thompson. They wrote a book. Nobody believed it. Anyway, speaking of nobody believed it, nobody believed that they would survive the first time through, but they are back. Samurai, tell us a little bit about yourself for those that maybe didn't see your first survival.
Okay. My hair. My hair is white in color with bits of blue, shaved to a short mohawk.
Nice.
I have a blade called the Deathbringer and a gun called Silent Lucidity. I wear a long black trench coat and I have a cross-shaped scar on my left cheek.
All right. Excellent. And you have, of all the people, maybe we'll have the plot sort of pass through you because you know what's going down. You looked at the calendar, you saw the day, you saw the thing, the notice on your phone that said payment missed. You know what's coming, but we'll get to that in a second. First, we got to meet these other two. Nick, you've been sitting quietly over there. You bring us this evening Brick, who is new to us. So tell us a couple of highlighting features.
I guess we will start with a hairstyle. It used to be like one really nice, like tall spike, right? Until some idiot decided to cut it off, flying too close to the bottom. He's like, okay, really? It's such a nice spike. So now it has like a spike stump with kind of a burnt red. Spike.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to his, I guess, a few problems he has, his blade has one of those, how flashlights have the flashlight and then does the blinking thing. Yeah. His blade blinks and he's not entirely sure why. Could be running out of batteries. It's hard to tell.
He thought he bought a flick blade, but he actually bought a flicker blade. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so much for a high-tech blade. And in addition to that, when things get really, wrong, he has a gun called Lemon. Whether it fires or not, it typically does, but let's not get into that.
But every time it does, it veers sharply to the left.
So I guess for kind of what he looks like, he kind of wears kind of like a red, just kind of a shirt. But for a jacket, he has like a jean jacket, but it doesn't have sleeves, and it's not buttoned or zips in the front. Actually, it doesn't have either, so he couldn't even close it if he wanted to.
Yep.
So it's more just there because why not have a jacket?
It looks cool.
Sure. Yeah. And you showed up to this literally as a red shirt. Well done.
A red shirt named Brick.
Which leaved us. It leaved us. I mistyped that and it came out wrong. It leaves us, he said, backspacing and changing the D to an S and cursing his clumsy fingers. With the scarred adventurer, who are you bringing in tonight? Oh, you're muted? We can't hear you.
Am I?
And it's not in Zoom. You're not now. You fixed it.
All right. I just leaned in a little bit.
Okay. That was
Over
weird.
your head wrong.
So I am bringing with me smart stuff.
Yes.
I didn't feel like explaining everything out properly, so I just made a little character portrait.
Yes. And some of you are going, he's a terrible artist. That's actually photorealistic.
Yes. It's not just because my art skills are.
Not because it was slapped together in 30 seconds with your left hand.
Yes.
Slightly derezzed.
With his mighty weapon, the Yoink Blade, which has a lovely hook on it that just pulls out organs,
Yoink.
and his magnificent gun, the Finger Pistol. Pew pew.
It only works if he makes the sounds.
It does.
Yeah.
The trigger word.
During his last job at the nudist beach, he unfortunately forgot his pants, but luckily for him, he was a nudist beach, so just all worked
Right.
out anyways. He has a fondness for the new music of hip rock, which is kind of hip hop and rock and roll. Definitely not a
Oh.
combination that doesn't already exist.
no.
And his narcotic of choice is aloe eye drops. He loves to feel that lessening burn.
My eyes are so calm, man. All right. These are the four, believe it or not, given those four descriptions, these are the four hardest of the hard, the assest of the ass. I probably should have put those together. The most hard ass of the hard ass. That's who these people are. And
I don't even have
well,
it.
at least that's who they were. If I got them backwards, thank you, Robin. You're like, you're yeah, okay, look at that. Yep. Hang on, I'll fix something. I boo-booed. I fucked up.
Technical difficulties are leaking from the game into the.
That's you. You guys moved. I'm blaming it on you guys. I saw you.
I did not.
So
do
I went
any
out of the
that
room
sort.
and you guys actually changed places. I saw it. I saw you.
I forgot to describe my weapons. I apologize.
Okay, we'll do that while I'm
His-
fixing this.
I
There
can
you
do
go.
that.
I fixed
I
this.
thought
You're
I
done. Go.
You know, hey, my melee weapon is the offhand, and he literally grabs the handle from his left forearm, pulls it out, and it's actually one of the, I don't remember the names of the bones because I'm terrible, and it's his other finger.
It's not the
It's-
humorous.
It's
Oh
not
my.
that humorous.
No.
His firearm is the third arm, which he pulls from his pants because he doesn't have anything down there.
Oh.
anyways.
Oh, is that the third arm which spent some time in as a
scimitar.
grundle attachment? Oh, as a scimitar. Okay, it's different.
Remember-
Different arm.
Different
arm. Sorry,
arms,
well,
same
let's
story.
not talk about that other one.
Remember, I can't remember his bloody name, but B. Vero, he had his third weapon.
Yes.
And he stuck that.
Yeah, that's the one I. That is that arm.
It's that
Okay,
arm.
because
yeah.
because if you remember the way that arm finished that game, it was pelvically mounted
Why do
on
you think
said
that's where he pulls
person,
the gun out
and he
from?
finished it with the thrust to finish
Oh, yeah.
off that was the kill. So yeah, they're yeah, just so you know, that's
He
what you
pops it
that's what
out.
you
He
got.
goes. He does his pelvic thrust, and the pistol comes out from his pants, and he grabs it.
About one time in 20, the jock strap comes out with it. Boom, boom. We'll see. We'll see if when you fail. We'll see when you fail. Anyway, the four of you are, well, to be technical, were the best of the best. The problem with not being the best of the best is you don't get contracts anymore, and the stuff, the equipment that's in you that makes you the rock stars that you are, payment has come due and you don't have the money. So there's only one possible thing to do. You're going to need to attack the corporation that's provided them for you, kill the CEO, and take his secret password to allow this stuff to last forever. It's the only possible plan.
He's perfectly logical. Kill the bastard that you owe money to.
However, there are going to be some steps that are required. You can't just walk in the front door. They know you. And I mean, it's a security company. So the first thing you're going to need to do is steal a passkey. Luckily, there's a sort of mid-level executive that none of you like. He's really officious little shit. He was the one that was always getting you to fill out forms. You had a nice day shooting people. You come back, you're having a couple drinks, and this idiot's like, how many people did you kill? How many did you wound? How many in the leg? How many in your... It's that guy. You know where he lives. And you know that he has a pass key that will get you into the building. without
We
setting
haven't
off the
killed him yet?
cameras. No, you haven't,
I
because
missed
we
last
just
time,
started. There is a small problem. You know that even though he is relatively unprotected, that is a long ways from unprotected. He has at his beck and call, because they're paid for, some armored city police that are never far away from his house. They don't officially work for him, but you're part of the mercenary community. You know how this works.
Or boat cops.
Exactly, and they come when they're paid and called. So that's what you're up against. On the bright side, if there is a bright side, it's in a really miserable part of town, because that's where cyberpunk looks best. So it's down near the ocean. The buildings are old and crumbling. There's warehouses that nobody's renting, trucks that have been on blocks so long that you wonder if the wheel was invented when it was originally made. You know, one of those places. And there is this little 3-story business flat of offices that you know he's that's been converted to apartments, and he's on the top floor. You guys are sitting in your favorite bar, the Scarred Adventurer, because I couldn't get your whole name on the screen, so at least I got it into the story. Plus, it makes perfect sense for cyber people. You guys are all sitting there, you know, eyes fixed in and arms attached, and what are you guys doing? Sitting there, the drinks are flowing. This is getting to sound like a better and better idea as the night goes on.
Well, all the meat sacks are getting drunk. Me and my cybird are scouting the area. So I'm sitting there just completely. I look like I've just glazed over, and really my my robotic bird friend is taking care of stuff, trying to figure out if we have an opening or something.
Okay, so you're gonna go and have a look.
So yeah, that would be probably most likely on my head using my targeting matrix.
Exactly. There are 4 stats in this game, and they are right here. As I look at them, there's your head, which is used for spotting stuff. There's your combat arm, which is used for, and I quote, killing bastards. There is your utensil arm. That's not what they call it in there, but that's what it always is in my head. That is used for hacking stuff. And then there's your legs, which is used for moving, and almost as importantly for running away. There are 3 tiers of upgrade that you can have. There's standard, which is no upgrade at all, like human Mark 0 stock body. There's an enhanced version, and then there's basically a super enhanced version. And they've got varying levels amongst them. The problem is they know as this night goes on, they've been drinking a little longer than they should have. It's like 10:48 p.m. and they know that by midnight they will be all shut down. So
Not again.
You send in the bird. So you are using 4d6 correctly? Correctly? You're using 4d6 correctly?
I would hope so.
All right. So give us that. Wow, 2
Bam.
successes. The way this works is you roll a number of dice based on how many advancements you have. As long as one of them is over a 5, you succeed. And you're looking at this going, are you kidding me? How do you fail? No, at the start of the game, when the minions are tiny, it's very difficult to fail. But as the characters start to get weaker and weaker, the bad guys start to get stronger and stronger. So, this was easy. What does your bird look like? What is it?
It's my cybird.
Oh, well, I should have known. Obviously it is. So because it's skeletal, it's got pulsar units. So it's the wings don't move, but it still goes like this when it flies. Yeah. You send it over. You find this place looks well defended, but in fact there's a window into the basement in the alley that is in the complete dark. And there's another one where if you shot out one street light, or just took out a street light, there'd be another window that looks even like an even easier way in, but you'd have to shoot out that light first.
Yeah. So as they're all partying, I'm just like, so Allie, Maybe if we darken a little bit, we might have 2, but there's a spot. We can definitely get it.
We'll use the darkening of the other one, because my weapon only makes a pew pew sound. It's very quiet. Pew pew.
Would you like to pew pew the light? This is not a stop and think and have a plan game. This is a thought action game.
Yeah, thought, action, go.
I will pew pew. I have full upgrades
Pew pew
to the
delay.
mask, but do I just?
Oh, of course you do.
But I'm just using.
What
the
is it
implanted pistol.
officially
Do I have
called?
to-
No, what is it officially called?
Oh, the finger gun.
max level? No, but I mean on the sheet.
Oh,
what is the level
advanced
3?
Advanced
musculature.
musculature.
Advanced musculature, but
So
well,
you're
I know
using
exactly
your
what
cyber
happens
biceps
here.
to like rail.
You hold out your little finger, you grab your thumb, and you fold it back at a completely unnatural angle. And when it comes back forward, the bicep goes, and the finger gets much larger. And when it comes out, it goes pew pew.
All right, I'm
He
going.
normally talks like Tom Hiddleston, but when he fires his gun, it's Michael Clark Duncan.
So yes, go ahead and shoot out the light.
It's less a pew pew at this point, and it's more like a bang. Which, you know.
Yeah, because it's so much bigger.
Okay, do a thing with 4 dice.
4 dice, absolutely. That light switch. Ooh, actually, that light switch almost shot you back. But 2 successes. So yes, you say pew pew. So that's 2 shots. The first one takes out the light perfectly. Just the LED light splash gone. The second one goes right through where it was, and you watch a curtain in the background go. Pff. You hear, what the hell happened to the chandelier?
Bang bang.
However, nobody comments about the huge boom boom that just echoed through this because it's that kind of neighborhood.
It's just another night.
Down at the
Not
end of the
Friday.
street, there's some guy talking to a god that isn't there. You know, it's one of those places.
Hey, I know, Ricky.
Through the window.
Ooh.
The other two, anything
I
you guys want to
attempt
do before
get
you
on
get
the
there?
roof of a 3-story building by
Okay,
using a flight unit of sorts.
you can fly. That's right. You have level 3 legs. Fuck security.
She's only. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. It's supposed to be really cool. It's supposed to be like blue rings, like a science fiction movie. It's supposed to go as it flies across, but that doesn't work. And the emergency actual afterburner real flame things kick in to keep you from falling. So you are now commoting upwards onto the roof of this thing on 15 feet of flame, making a noise like an Apollo rocket.
And that's why I didn't hear that.
Amateurs,
and you're
all
like,
of you.
that's when you realize you can't shut them off. You know they run for 10 seconds. You kind of bring up the heads-up display, and it's like 3, 2, you're over the roof, 1, bang! You're standing on the roof, and the flames go
Both
behind you.
On the bright
And-
side, everyone's going to the roof now.
Which leaves us samurai. There have been a number of distractions. One could suggest that somebody might not be looking for a sneaky entrance at this point.
Oh yeah, samurai. I am gonna go ahead and get sneakle doodle right in.
All right, so give me a legs. Yeah, that's sneaking. Yeah, that's moving. Ooh,
Good lord.
ooh,
Well, you needed a 5,
Ooh.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but I also got a 1.
You guys were waiting outside for so long, your left leg like went to sleep, and when you stood up and
living
started
one?
to walk, it did the pins and needles thing, and you did that thing like I know it'll walk, but I can't trust it, and so you kind of and you're halfway across the road by the time the blood flow starts to get, and the ninja with a limp. Sorry, samurai with a limp. There's a difference. But across the road, and as you get there, you're thinking, "Oh, how am I going to get over this fence with a dead leg?" You kind of crouch down beside the fence for a moment to gather yourself, and you look, and the dog's dug a big hole underneath the fence. You look around, nobody's looking. You can ninja over the fence. You can samurai like leap over the fence, or you could just shame crawl under the fence. Your choice.
I'm gonna wiggle under the fence.
All right. In that case, you don't have to roll. Yeah, you. Then you come up inside the compound. There's people yelling all over the place, but none of them are yelling at you. You have 2 windows to choose from. There's 2 dark windows. So does Smart Stuff. Funny how I had to look that name up. Smart Stuff, you are also still on the outside. How are you getting in? You shut out the light. You turn around, hey, and everybody's gone.
I'm just gonna walk. I'm going to dejectedly go. I just did something cool, and if there's like a front door, I'm just gonna open that, assuming it's unlocked, considering the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, with all that going on, you just walk up the short sidewalk from the side, the short walkway from the sidewalk to the front of the building, and it's got a security lock on it. Yeah, okay. So
yeah, I'd actually be with him at this point because my bird was doing all that. I wasn't doing shit.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna follow with him. So the two of you just walk up the sidewalk, and it's one of those security doors where you're supposed to buzz in, but you can see, first of all, the entire sheet of glass has been broken and replaced with a sheet of plywood or cardboard. So, I mean, you really could just push it through, but there's no need because someone's stolen the lock. You open it up and look in. Jeez. All the way down one side, there's what used to be post office boxes, like at the base of old apartments, but those were brass. So those are gone too. Meanwhile,
I'm gonna walk up to this floor I need to get to.
Yep, absolutely. It's up on the top floor, so the two of you just start walking through the I mean, there's people. They live in this mess, so that you got garbage. You just hold it over the rail and drop it, right? So as you guys head up, there's a pile of garbage in the middle of the stairwell that goes up and up. It's hideous.
I have a cunning plan. For later.
Don't make me do the black. Don't make me do the Blackadder references.
I have a cunning plan. A plan so cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel.
Meanwhile, wiggling up from under the fence, Samurai. You come up inside the fence. You look around. Ha ha ha! Just in time to see these two disappear in the front door.
Considering I'm a golden skeleton with a pimp cloak? Yeah.
Yep. And there are still 2 dark doors, 2 dark windows in front of you at ground floor, like basement level. Like you could just slide through those, or you could just walk through the front door with them, or you could do something else. There appears to be a small fire on the roof that we'll get to in a minute.
Oh, Lord. Are there any other windows further up?
Oh, hell yes. There's windows all over the place. Most of them do a weird thing. You see, because you guys did this, fairly late at night, so it's dark. There's still street lights, but weirdly, they've all been shot out now. Like, that was the last one that wasn't shot out, so the entire street's dark now. But the windows do a weird thing, because the light comes on, and then immediately the drapes get pulled. And then they open up just a little bit like that, and then they close. And they open up a little bit like that, and then they close. And you see that the whole front of the building, it's almost like they're winking as they're trying to look out in the street and see what's actually going on, but they're not exposing themselves to a line of fire.
A whole lot of rubberneckers.
Yeah.
There you go. Is there... I'm going to find a window that isn't doing that,
Okay.
and I'm going to try and climb and get into it.
All right.
Gotta catch up, right?
Absolutely. Give me a legs to because you're gonna go up to a window. So yeah, this is an excuse for a roll. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, what kind of leg? Oh, 2. So you have enhanced legs, right?
Yes.
Oh dear. It's too bad you didn't have the flight unit, because you sort of back up and judge like you're gonna do this arch thing. These legs are cool. The problem is you haven't done the maintenance recently, and the range is slightly reduced. So instead of going through like this, you kind of go through like a bullet, and you hit the floor and skid across the room, and slide underneath. And slide underneath a bed, and from as you're kind of under it almost to the waist. So I'm trying to be polite here, but like your butt sticking up in the air and you're jammed under the bed like this, and you hear from on the bed, what the hell? Hey, wait. I didn't order food.
Oh,
I'll give you a second to process that.
quiet
On the
as still
roof.
as I can.
Anyway,
On the roof.
Meanwhile,
You land. The jets slow down. You're like, all right, that's pretty cool. Why does it smell like burning tar? You
Wait,
look down.
is the
It's a
roof
tar
on fire?
roof. What's that?
ooh,
Yeah,
the roof's on
you're
fire.
on tar
Means it's
roof.
weaker there.
Kind of look behind you. Yeah, it's not burning, but it's kind of bubbling. And yeah, you can see as it's bubbling, it's starting to sag.
Perfect.
I hope this guy doesn't expect to escape through the
So what do? You could just ride it in if you want.
That's
Oh,
what I want to
so
do. I want to ride it in.
one thing before I forget, Samurai, you had a fail, so mark 1 stress on your meter. If you ever get to 10, you is dead. But that's only on full fails, like no 5 or better. Those are pretty rare now. That was nice of you to give us an example like that so early on, but they will.
Well, yeah, I
they
mean,
will become more and more.
Considering last time I really didn't get any stress at all. That's
Yeah.
good.
Nobody got it last time. I kept forgetting to do it, frankly, last time. Plus, you guys nailed all the rolls. So, anyway,
Yeah, pretty
So-
much.
apparently
I
that
know the guy
means
I'm
that
looking
you
for, right?
failed to learn from your success. See, it just goes to prove you only learn from failure. Anyway, back up on the roof. You're starting to sink. Like you're watching the horizon sort of rise, and you realize, oh no, that's just the perspective. There's the balustrade of the building and all the buildings beyond it, and you're starting to sink. So they're starting to, yeah.
So what I want to try to do
Yep.
is jump to break through the roof. I'm hoping it's going
Okay.
to break and shoot
Yep.
the first person I see.
All right. Well, the getting through the roof part, that's just a matter of
Super
waiting.
Mario
That's
Bros.
just maybe take 1 step back so you're right in the melty spot. So, yeah. When you described yourself there, for those watching, there's a process you go through to build your character, and involves some descriptions of various bits of clothing. Was there any mention of your shoes anywhere? And if not, what did your shoes look like?
Well, they probably used to be. They used to be like steel toe boots.
Okay, that works. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, now they're still
So the
toe
tip of
boots
them are
covered
probably
in melting
quite worn.
tar. Yeah, they're now worn. They got that one toe where there's the chunk of leather missing, and you can see the steel toe. Yeah, it's been hit a couple more times, like you didn't learn. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. Well, that's what they did look like. Now they look like that, but covered in tar almost up to the ankles, and then past the ankles, and then it starts to seep in around the tongue. It's like that's really uncomfortable. It's getting in your leg hair, and it's like, oh, that when that gets cold and I have to cut that or pull that off, that's going to suck. And you don't have to worry about that anymore, because bang, you fall through the ceiling and land, and you have time to think, well, that's a weird place to land, because you're looking down at purple shag carpet
Ooh.
with your hot tar boots. You landed and kind of went, and you know it's going to be difficult moving at this point. And that's like, that's a worry. And then that ceases to be a worry because you look up, and around you there are 6 security guards.
6.
They are utterly shocked.
Is this a
They are
casting couch?
doing nothing right now. They're just. But you realize you look like a meteor came through the roof.
Not incorrect.
His
You
leg
land.
jets are probably still glowing.
Still smoking.
Oh yeah, still burning, and
White hot
that
steel.
shitty old polyester carpet between the hot tar and the jets when he lands. Yeah, that's starting to
It's gonna
melt
smell
and
like
burn a
burning
little
cat.
bit. Burning plastic, and yeah, it was nasty. Yeah, that happens. Roll me. You said you wanted to shoot, so roll me a shooting. Give me that combat roll.
Choosing with the 2.
Oh wow!
Oh gosh, the lemon has become a lemon.
Yeah. Okay. So before we forget, Marcus stress. You land. It's like, I still got this, and you shoot a mirror, because these places are always full of mirrors, and instead of shooting a guard, you shot the reflection of a guard. Yeah. Made that noise actually.
The brass mirror.
So now that kind of snaps them out of it. They understand gunfire. You just made your situation infinitely worse, but that's what this game's about. So you stand in the middle of the living room 3 floors up with no idea where the other 3 parts of your team are. Speaking of which, let's go back to the main hallway downstairs. You guys are just starting to climb the stairs like, are you kidding me? Front door, really? And then you just hear hell break loose 2 floors up. Breaking wood, lumber, the smell of fire, people screaming, shots. Well, a shot, some swearing. You think you recognize the voice?
You know,
I recognize that curse word.
This reminds me very much of the time I went to the blood bank.
Yep.
Because I mistake it for a regular bank,
Uh-huh.
and everything went sideways. Things seem to be going sideways.
You sure about the iceberg?
All right,
So,
I'm thinking up.
you guys bolt up the stairs, or do you turn around and leave and call this mission fucked? You can't, though. You realize you've got like 57 minutes left.
Yeah, screw this. I've been alive for untold hundreds of years. I'm not going to get
Yep.
screwed up because some asshole missed a payment for me.
Well, the worst thing is, in this game, you will not die. The worst that can happen is you can't move, you can't shoot, you can't hack, you can't see. But you never actually die.
As a skeleton, you don't have to worry about that.
I've been stabbed a couple times. There was that one time in Rome. Everyone got really pissed.
There was 13 of them, was there?
Yeah.
No, different guy. Sorry.
Oh, this one time I was on the way to the forum.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make
Anyway.
my. Oh my god, I trip on the first
Mr.
step.
Cyberbones. What were we doing? What were we trying to do? Tell me again.
That was me trying to get up to the 3rd floor. I tripped on the first step and just.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you head up this. You were gonna go up the stairs, and yeah, blam on the steps, and you hear behind you, click as a door unlocks, and a squeak, and then chunk chunk of a heavy gauge shotgun having a shell chambered, and you hear behind you, yeah, that one gets a lot of folk. And you turn around, and there is, for some weird reason, in the middle of this cyberpunk world, a blue jean overcoat wearing,
Yoko.
yeah, hillbilly. That's the word I was looking for. I think you're still allowed to say that word. Yeah, I think that one's still okay.
got along, too.
But yeah,
That was still PC.
but yeah, he's standing there, and he's looking down at you, Marcus Stress. Right? That's probably fairly stressful because he's completely got the drop on you because you are face planted on the stairs.
This is like that one time in Salem. Fuck.
That show was a witch.
Never
So
just
that's
left
you.
Scarred.
Smart stuff. That's just not gonna stick. Smart stuff. What are you doing?
Scarred stuff?
Oh,
Smart
I am
stuff.
smart stuff. How are you doing today?
So behind you, for narrative reasons, you hear and the gun being drawn, but you hardly knew this Cyberbones guy. He'll be fine.
Okay, no, I turned around to the hillbilly dude.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Oh, I see.
Good.
That was a quote.
Good, bad?
You see, give me a spotting check. So head, whatever your head currently is. Oh dear. No, so Marcus Stress, as you fail to see his wrist turn slightly and his finger tighten on the trigger.
You're clearly not answering. Bang!
So yeah, you shoot him. He shoots at the 2 of you because it's a shotgun. So, give me shooting.
I got
I
one
guess
success.
it's his action.
That's him. You, I need a running away. So I need legs from you. Shooting? Wow.
Feet don't fail me
That's-
now.
That's just
For this
barely,
time.
and
Oh,
those
fuck
feet
off.
don't.
It's the same as last time.
Apparently, it's the first day with the new feet. But let's do this in order. Lucas,
Falling
I'll
apart
shoot.
over here.
I will shoot him. I will shoot him. Bang! Oh shit! Bang! Oh shit! Bang! I got him! Bang! Oh shit! But you did get him. So there is an impact.
It's like the bang. Oh shit! Each time it's bang, 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 bang.
There's 3 holes in the wall, and he's looking down at one hole. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's dripping from one place, and he just shakes his head. Mr. Bones, you go to stand up. There's a blast out of the corner.
Shush.
He
My
said,
liver.
Shush.
yeah, that's one. So because you failed, Mr. Bones, you take the. You hear, damn it, I thought that was buckshot. It was a slug. And so only one of you gets hit, and that is Mr. Bones. He knocks about $500 worth of gold-covered ribs off. Like,
Oh, my favorite
down the
rib.
stairs. I'll get that later.
All right. Well, let me
Now.
give you a hand with that.
Oh, Samurai. We'll come back to that. Samurai,
Yeah.
what are you up to?
I am going to try and get out from under the bed carefully
Okay, you
And
slide
then
up
make
from under
my-
the bed, yeah.
and make my way up to. I'm hearing all sorts of noises all over the place, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I was trying to get up to the top floor, so hopefully I did that. Probably
Just
not.
before you do that, you pull out from your head out from underneath the bed and sort of stand up. It's pretty much impossible to tell that on this bed jammed against the wall. As you move out, it slams back down, and there's a university age boy wearing nothing but a t-shirt, and he's dropped his blankets and sheets. And you go, meh, and then yeah,
Who?
out the door. No,
Yeah.
you tell me. That's what you see. No, wait a minute. There was a pause. No, don't let me tell you what happened.
My mouth is just gonna drop
Toss
open
him
like
2
it's not right
credits and
now.
go.
I'm like, silently back up a little bit, then just like as quietly as I can bolt for this door and
Can I
get
get
out
your
of there.
number? Can I get your number? As you're running out the door. Still not covered. You just asked for your number.
You've seen bigger.
And better.
I will leave that entirely up to you. I didn't go there.
I would have just said
So
the
you
number
leave.
3.
You leave and head upstairs.
Excuse me.
We will leave it in the
Go
realm
down
of
the
the
hall there.
unknown.
Yep, upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. So you head upstairs.
Leave the 2
for-
distractions to be to their
For the
own.
purposes of this, the 3 of you now burst into the door. You see 6 guards all standing around a smoking, smelly, oily, coughing, misfiring business partner of yours.
Took you long enough.
This guy
Who does, yeah, who responds with that? And what do? They just kicked in the door. You've got a split second now before they shoot you.
I'm going to pull out my knife, Mr.
I'm going to
Yoink Blade. Is it time? Is it time?
I'm going to try to
Time.
have the person on the opposite side of the room, that is the furthest from the door.
Okay. So, yeah, you go for. I'm assuming that means you're going to try and kill somebody with your
Try
knife.
to.
No, I was talking about Scar. I know what you're doing. You're going to kill somebody too.
Yes, I'm going to roll for a do a thing, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, you guys attack the
Holy
other 2
moly.
down at the bottom. The Mr. Cyberbones and Samurai. What are you guys doing? It looks like the
Mr.
fight is on.
Cyberbones is going to
This is
perform
only the
a-
first session, the first season, the first little bit. Go.
He's gonna whip out his bits and shoot his 3rd arm at somebody.
All right. Yeah. So that's an attack.
Top thrust.
And Samurai.
Bam!
Samurai is gonna pull out his sword, Deathbringer. Her sword,
Mhm.
Deathbringer. Excuse me. Good lord. She's gonna and then swipe at the closest person.
All right. So all 4
Wham.
of you roll attacks. Attack combat arms. Oh dear.
I got one success.
Oof.
Bola, like, friggin'
Or was that
bled
problem?
somebody.
Yep.
See,
the
Samurai loves
rest of
you.
it.
I'm making up for lost time here.
Was that all four of them that started with Lucas and down from there?
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Wow. Okay. So yeah.
Can I flavor?
Sorry,
I
smart
get to
stuff.
stab 2 of
It's
them, right?
Still didn't stick. Technically no, but that's how I'm doing this.
Okay, cool.
You,
I pull out.
yeah, your little
sets of
blade
organs.
goes. Yeah, your little blade goes. Feed me, and you do. This is the first time we've seen this, so tell me how this works.
Okay, so Yoink Blade has a fairly large hook at the end of it.
Yeah.
So basically, it goes in, and then it just pulls out everything else with it. So, like, he puts one hand on him, hold still, and just rips out an entire skeleton and organs. Cool.
Yep.
Goes to the next dude. Come here.
The other guy turns around to run away, but he runs right into you, right onto it.
Ooh, shit.
You just push him off, and everything stays on your knife, on your dagger.
Yeah,
So that's two of them. Brick, you almost throw up at the sight of that, and shoot the wall again. So that's another stress. Mr. Bones, it's hard to move with those ribs missing, but you do manage to take out one of them. What weapon were you using?
I was using
Oh, I'm
my
sorry.
third
Yeah,
arm,
how did I
so-
possibly need to ask? You thrust one of them to death.
Well, it's like Tom Savini in Dawn of the Dead. He does the pelvic thrust, and then dude's entire torso disappears.
That is like a Scanlan reference when he used to cast lightning bolt from his crotch in the first critical roll. Yeah.
I wasn't
anyway,
even thinking of that, but no, I was totally thinking Tom Savini.
so that's three of them. So there are three of them left. And Samurai, you roll into the room and it's like, oh, only three left. And it's like knocking, I don't know. It's just, it's like your first day at school. It's just ping, ping, ping.
I go so fast that they don't even know what hit them.
Just like a neon
not
streak
even.
where Samurai was.
They're all, get ready to shoot stuff, and you just come in and just pop, 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 and just heads are separated from bodies and arms hit the ground, and it's suddenly very quiet.
I'm still fairly fond of Mr. Cyberbone's idea of just neon streak.
The neon
Speaking of
streaks and the
streaks,
blades. Shing, shing, shing.
Speaking
then
of
the
streaks,
body
everybody
falls.
give me a spotting.
Ooh, I'm
If
good.
you fail, I'm going to break the rules again. If you fail, you're not going to take stress. I just want to see who sees this.
I totally didn't. With the fucking bird, I didn't see shit.
Okay.
I'm too busy just
Wow.
amazed
Brick.
at Samurai
Oh,
just ripping the shit out of
finally,
Something to
Brick
do.
pulls. Brick finally sees something. Everybody around you they just mowed like grass, and there's none of them left. Like you were dead a second ago, and now there's not even a threat left in this room. And
Closing.
speaking of streaks,
Yes,
you sort of smell/see a very scared human being leaving this room, running down the stairs.
That's
The
the
rest of
guy.
them-
He's
it's
the
the
guy.
guy. There is no
He's trying to
question
get
it's the
away.
guy, and he has shit himself rather fiercely, and is trying to get away from you.
I don't recognize that smell because I'm not human, so that's why I didn't
No,
notice.
yeah, that's
He
right.
just runs right past me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So you're the only one. So you're the only because you're
I
the
make
only one
chase.
with a success. You're the only one that can do something this round. So you take off after him. You kick through the top of the stairs, and he's like 20 feet below you. He's like
Run
a flight
towards
and a
him?
half down. You have flight unit, don't you?
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
There's also
What are
a
you doing?
giant pile of garbage.
Yeah, at the bottom. But yeah, he's a 1.5 flights down. So he's basically directly below you when you open the door, but on the other side going down.
So he's going to get pinned into the ground floor.
All right. Give me a legs or yeah, it's not your arm. So yeah, give me a legs
that's
He's
his
roll.
already
legs.
done it.
Well, you're already 46 and got 2 successes. Oh yeah. Oh, ferocious. Yeah. He gets to the landing just below you, and your timing is just perfect. Just as he gets to the flat spot, you kind of pull your legs up into this sort of flying skirt that you have, and this time the works, but it's actually an anti-gravity device. So when it hits him, he's getting hit with like 100 G's of gravity. It just kind of pulps him down into a paste as you land. And you remember that there was some sort of warning about that in the manual, but you didn't really read that far.
Once the pictures disappeared, it's just like, man.
and because in the puddle, apparently this for narrative purposes this needs to be all but indestructible. There is a small pass card in the mug.
Can I at all stick my head out and look to see what happened?
You do.
Okay.
In fact, as you stick your head out and the rest of you sort of spin to see what happens next, there's a flurry of red lights on and about your persons, beeps, alarms, sparks in some cases. The first scene is finished. Everybody click that lose 1d6 cyber points. That was only the first scene.
Son of a
that was
biscuit,
so good.
man.
I only lost 2.
My streak of losing like the most continues.
Volage,
You do
a 6 or a 4.
Vola got a 4.
Oh, Vola, yeah, roll again. You're supposed to roll the d6.
Oh, I thought it was the D4 cyber
No.
point.
No, 1d4 is the very last fight. You got to do the d6 twice first.
Oh,
There you go.
my
It's
bad.
only 3.
It's still 3.
There you go. Yep.
All right, well.
Is that to all parts or across different ones?
Across the
You
board.
only have, you just remove 2 X's or dots or whatever it is that you're, or however many you rolled. Just remove that many dots. And as long as you still have 1 dot on a line, you still have that many dice. So, did anybody lose anything? Lose function in any of their bits? And if so, tell me
received
how
a
this happens. Yeah.
I received a notification on my Palm Pilot, so
Yeah.
pops up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my bird has decided that we're no longer compatible and has decided
Yeah.
to fly away and rejoin its kin in Northern Ontario. I don't know why I decided to say Northern Ontario.
Yeah, and you swear as it flies away, you could hear payment denied, payment denied, payment denied. Did anybody else lose anything? Oh, the rest of you sneaky buggers managed to put at least 2 points in everything. All right, so you have the pass key in your hand. You now know, I rolled these earlier, but I haven't actually put the story together until just now. You know that with this, you have a bargaining chip. You now don't need to go to the big business building downtown with all of its security and all of its guards. You can make the CEO come to you. It's going to have to be quick, though. You've got 42 minutes left.
Hello. CEO. Yes.
Yes.
I'd like you to come here for business reasons.
You melted my camera, you shit. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Business reasons. So the CEO is coming.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. And you still got time left. Yeah.
The new
you guys are
CEO is
staying-
coming. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay. Serious question. I didn't. Did that guy, did the hillbilly, did he like get shot dead, or is he just sort of ow?
As soon
Because
as
I
you
want
ran
his
up, as soon as you kept running up the stairs, he slammed the door shut. Do you want to go
Okay.
back down and kill him?
No, I was just curious in case he left a shotgun in my lawn.
No, I completely forgot all about him. Is what actually happened. So
Okay.
he slammed his door and went back in his rooms. Is what, officially
Yeah.
happened. We'll edit that later. No, we won't.
No, it won't.
No, you won't.
So you guys sort of step out of the building because the building seems like a very bad place to be right now. You can hear sirens coming, and you know the cops are crooked in this part of town and are on their side.
Yeah.
So you make arrangements to meet the CEO down the street in an even seedier restaurant. And as you make your way down the streets, at least there's lights here, street lights. And
This could be
as
my
you
club, the Golden Bone.
as you make your way up the street, everybody give me a spotting. This is so not how this game is supposed to work, and I don't care.
Oh, for fuck's
There's
sake.
a fail. There's a fail.
Yeah.
There's a success and a success. All right. So the four of you
That's
are
my
like,
turn.
you guys are doing the Reservoir Dogs opening scene walk because you just can't help it. Like that, at some point in every one of these, that has to happen. So you guys are doing the slow motion walk down the street. Mr. Cyberbones, as you walk underneath one of the lights, and you're thinking, "Oh, dramatically lit with all the gold," there's a bolt of electricity comes slamming down out of the light into the top of your gold-colored head. Take a stress. Brick, you don't even see it coming. You're just walking along, and all of a sudden the world goes, and it comes back. Take a stress. You realize you put together after that smell, like, oh, lightning. You've been hit by. You look down, and there's no more oil on your shoes. It's been liquefied and sprayed around your immediate area. So there's a set of perfectly clean footprints surrounded by a black circle of melted oil now, where you're standing. So that's
My
one
pimp
stress.
cloak is now just static. I am a poof ball with a skull.
Yep. However, Samurai and Smart Stuff, you sort of see that and just instinctively, bam, throw yourselves to the sides, and two more lightning bolts strike the ground in front of you.
Gandalf, where are you? I smell you, you son of a
look up
bitch.
and four of the light fixtures are burned out. You can see that this was somebody used the lights to attack you. You look around, there's neon starting to flicker to life on all the buildings around you. What do you do?
I'm going to use my multi-tool and attack back. Oh, wait, I can't yet. It's full. My bad.
But just everybody tell me what this is, a whole new scene. So that you're going to try and dismantle what?
Well,
The
what I'm
nearby
going to
neon?
try and do is do a trace. I want to trace where this guy
okay.
is.
Gotcha.
found my
you're
other
gonna try
eye.
and, perfect. You're going to try and
I was
hack the
about
hacker.
to say
Perfect.
that too.
Yeah, you're going to do the same thing.
I was
Perfect. So
gonna,
you guys can
Take
both do
over an
that.
alley. So run over for an alley.
So you can run and get away from any attacks. Once again, Smart Stuff. You're in the middle of the street. What are you doing? I love coming to your last.
Pew, pew, pew.
Somebody.
Pew, pew.
What do you? Oh, you are just gonna stand in the middle of the street and pew pew. What are you gonna pew pew?
Oh no, I'm going to pull my thumb back all the way to about
Oh, yeah.
here,
Yeah.
and then just load it back. The entire musculature of the arm just kind of turns into this cylinder shape almost.
Yep.
The hand
Yeah, there's an
opens up.
exhaust vent at the back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just bang
Warning
bang.
lights that slightly.
So
Oh no,
you're
and
attacking
he's just pointing at the lights in the direction in general.
in the both of your head. Okay. So you're doing that. Yeah.
Yes. Should I roll for it now or wait for other people to?
Oh
do
no!
it?
Everybody roll. I need. Let's just go down the list. Brick, I need you to do legs to get hidden before anything happens. Smart Stuff, I need you to do shooting. Samurai, I need you to do. What were you doing?
I am hacking.
Right, the two of you, both of the you and Cyberbones.
I'm at one
both
machine,
give
he's
me a
at
hacking
another. We're
roll.
trying to do work together here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna work that together. So, did you guys already roll those while I was figuring it out?
Oh wait, no, it's not bang this time. Kaboom.
Oh,
2, 3, 4.
Boom.
I shocked myself.
What have I got? Cyberbones, Lucas, and Cyberbones, Scarred, and Vola so far.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
I
There's
lost one because I didn't count it right.
Oh, no worries. It's all good. You still rolled that 5 first. So, Mr. Bones, you realize quite quickly as you start hacking into this, these are assault hackers. You've heard of them before. They use the environment around you. They hack into Wi-Fi, the equivalent of Wi-Fi, and hack the environment and use it to attack you. So you figure that out. Good grief. Smart Stuff. Just not going to stick. You fire down the street, but I mean, you hit a building. and the building just explodes because this is RPG. You said all the way back to the elbow, so this is like an RPG high explosive.
This is like an Iron Man chest repulsor.
Yeah, it goes into the building, and there's that brief pause, and then the building just goes and just collapses.
Boom.
Like
We'll get back to that in a second. Samurai, unfortunately, you're hacking away, and Mr. Bones says, I figured it out, and he shakes you, and you stick your finger in the socket, and then, yeah, so take 1 stress.
You okay? You okay there, bud? You're just all fried.
And
No. Damn it. I knew I shouldn't have done the hacking. I should never done it. I know better.
I'm sorry, Brick, what were you doing? I'm all distracted. I already figured I had to figure out what Lucas or what the result for
you're
gone. Yeah, you drop into an alley just in time for the building at the end of the block to just. And you're in that alley, you're in this dark spot, and suddenly it's much darker because if you saw it from above in an expensive crane shot, there would be that impossible thing that happens in movies but never happens in the real world, where the blackout starts in a spot and spreads. Like where just what the building you just blew up, it just goes, and an area about 20 blocks around just goes black. Mr. Bones, your battery starts counting down, like it's off of its auto recharge. You're on battery mode, but the last thing you saw before the entire network went black was a bunch of hackers trying to disconnect before the backlash hit them. So,
About whereabouts were they? Do I know generally where they are?
some of them were in this city. Some of them were halfway around the world. The damage that you did to them was through the internet.
It was distributed. Okay.
Mm.
So this is definitely Mr. Bones.
Yeah, they were assault hackers. He basically, by taking out this building, took out the power supply for the area, took down all the Wi-Fi so that they can't control anything anymore.
Okay.
Cunning plan.
It's like we're just as blind as they are. On the bright side, they're just as blind as we are.
I'm never going to make that look like that was your plan. However, yes. For timing reasons and because it was right there.
Imagine sees everything.
Yes. For the purposes of this, yes, you guys now run down the street to the restaurant that you guys agreed to meet the CEO at. And you get there and there's rubble still raining from the sky from the building that's exploded at the other end of the street. And you down the rain, it starts to pour with rain, and all the neon that's now apparently harmless but still neon is reflecting off of the road as you run, and you're slipping and sliding, and you slide into the restaurant, and there's the CEO sitting with his back to you at a table, and I think it says Dave's Diner outside. I think that's what it says. It's right on a corner. It's got an all glass window. They made pictures of it, and sometimes they put light in the pictures.
Yeah, I think I was in that one. That necromancer was above board, Steve. You owe me.
There was there's him sitting at the counter on a little round stool, little retro, because it's a little retro diner, and there's him and the cook as you blow through the doors.
I'm just gonna look at people. Pew pew.
Yeah, out comes Silent City.
Pew pew.
So
Actually, that's how I enter. That's how I enter in. I skid in and then I shout at him because I'm like, I've now skidded so that I'm parallel to the diner bar.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
That necromancer was above board and you knew it, Steve. You owe me.
And the head turns and Smart Stuff shoots him. Go ahead and give me a shot.
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to rotate the thumb around so that it becomes a rapid firing finger.
A Gatling finger, if you will.
Brat, brat.
There's so many rude you went like that, and I just got rude. But I'll leave it all inside my head where it belongs.
It's a gambling finger.
How?
So you should
If you combine them together, is it the double deuce?
But again, it's like 3 on this side through the wall, 1 into the target, 3 on this side into the wall. You got all these cool guns. You got so many you haven't actually practiced with any of them for any length of time.
No, of course.
But
Why
you
would
do
I?
strike him once, and he just and he falls forward, and his head clatters against the linoleum counter, and he just slides off onto the floor.
That was
The
way
cook
too
looks at him and says, "Well, I'm done." Drops his spatula and turns around to head out the back door.
I'm going on a smoke break.
Yep. He's taken off his apron as he walks out the door and just throws it like he's not coming back. He grab his jacket. Yeah.
Starts filing insurance papers as he leaves.
No
You
witnesses.
guys, no witnesses. You say you move forward to get to what you need. You lean down. Who gets there first? Who was closest? Probably who was close? Who hasn't gone in a while? That's an easy answer. Brick.
It's,
Brick, the red shirt.
Brick and Samurai.
You threw all the mayhem up to the body that's laying on the table, and you grab him by the hair because you got to search him. You got to find his stuff. Right? So you grab him by the hair and you pull him up, and the whole mask that's on his head comes off.
Uh-oh.
You see, it's not him, and the dead head goes dunk back on the counter.
It was the cook
And-
the whole time.
And you hear there are several helicopters approaching this building.
Oh no.
I think it's time to shake, rattle, and roll out of here, guys.
There's a little one of those those signs that's made up of red lights, and you can just put words on it and have them scroll. The words start to scroll by. It says it's a trap.
I think the cook was right.
You guys turn around and spin. I'm just gonna hijack this scene altogether. You guys turn around and run for the door in slow motion because it's always in slow motion when it's all in doubt. All 4 of you, give me a legs.
Like, so fail me now. Oh my god, I'm already out the door.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Through the window.
Oh dear. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm the one who goes through the window and.
So yeah, we're gonna do this from the bottom up. Samurai, you like this is your moment to shine, right? It's just, and through the window, you don't even break the glass. Brick, you slip and just go, and you're in midair, about to be caught by this horrible incoming helicopter explosion missile crisis. But Smart Stuff, Smart Stuff just runs right past you and right through the door, just out into the street. And you're like, oh no, I'm screwed. Until Mr. Cyberbones, I don't know if either one of you will ever know whether it was on purpose or an accident, but he runs right through where you are. And as you fall, he sort of catches you and runs right through the window right behind Samurai, but this time it shatters because it's not smooth and you're not Samurai. But it's just glass everywhere. But to both of your dying days, you may never know whether it was accidental or on purpose. So there's my treat to
yes.
you. You take no stress that day for that. And you guys smash out the windows and start running up the street. And behind you, you see the 2 helicopters come looming out of the night. No markings. And missile after missile after missile, rocket after rocket. It's overkill. They destroy half a city block. And you guys are still running and running and running away. And as you start to slow down, beep, 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 beep. Error, 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 error. Everybody roll me a 1d6.
Insert coin to continue.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
I don't have any tokens left. Shit. Oh, that's a 5. That's a 1. That's all right. That's a 1, and is that a 3? Yeah. So get those out of there. So let's go around and see what blowed up this time. Smart Stuff. What did you
Nothing.
lose? Still nothing. Oh, you tactically, this is during character creation for anybody that hasn't played this game. There's some really tactical decisions you can make as to where to put stuff and how to lose points. It's yeah. So that was smart stuff. Brick. Anything?
I mean,
blow
next
up?
time I'm guaranteed to lose.
Yeah.
Interact went down.
Okay.
And
So from 4 to 2.
So I have one. So I'm back. I'm normal interact now.
Okay.
That's down
Yeah.
to
So
one.
yeah. So that's your hacking getting poor. So yeah. So what stat that was enhanced? Yeah. So you're just looking down and you're seeing update failed, hardware incompatible. And it's kind of stuff's just starting to not work. You don't think you can hack very well anymore. Mr. Cyberbones, there was probably some damages. You smashed through the walls and everything else, but did you lose any features?
I probably need to get a redetailing done, but I'm good otherwise.
All right. Which leaves us with Samurai. That face tells me everything I need to know. What happened?
I'm down to standard census,
Yeah.
standard hacking arm,
Oh
and
no.
standard movement. I decided to keep everything over there in my combat, so
So
that'll do me some good.
you guys turned to look, and she had this sort of insectile machine eye that's now hanging by a strand. She had these motorized frame from the waist down. That's just like spraying hydraulic oil all over the place, and she's stumbling when she's walking. One arm used to have all this tech attached to it. The whole sleeve has come off, and leaving this. It's horrible because it's all like skin. And like, there's no, it's just like, it's just skin. But at least, on the other hand, there's still a big fucking gun.
Oh yeah, cannot knock silent lucidity.
As we're going, I start to like put my hand on Samurai's shoulder. I realize there's flesh there, and just sort of, if anything should happen, I know a necromancer. Do something. We got this, okay?
Sounds interesting. I wouldn't mind.
And I know an necromancer as well, but his name is Wright.
Hashtag pen don't necro. Back to this game.
I was gonna say that's another game altogether there.
I've jumped genres before.
You guys, for reasons of timing, you guys see at the end of the street. I told you this was down by the piers. There's a suspicious boat parked at a pier. And in fact, it says on the side, "Suspicious boat." Plot point: please come here. Is what it actually says on it.
Yes,
but it
plot
is
point.
it is to give it its full description. It is actually a shipping trawler. So it's got small. It's a trawler, so it's a small-ish boat, but it's got cargo containers on it, sort of 12 or 15 out on the deck. But it's really kind of old and nasty, and it's raining out here. And for anybody who gets the reference, it's a William Gibson novel out here. It's pure cyberpunk, right? Like the reflected light off the streets and everything else. You hear in the from the boat a clearly mechanical voice. He's a hacker. He has fired up the PA system of this trawler, and it's singing at you. If you want it, come and get it. I'm just over here with your lives. And you hear, oh, look, 5 to 12.
Oh dear.
Everybody roll run D4 and take off 4 more points. We're short stepping this. That was the scene. That was the whole scene right there.
Wrong one. Sorry.
It's okay. Roll the 1d4. Yeah, don't roll 4d6.
Never
No,
mind.
don't do
Shoot.
that. No, you'll be punished for what you did, but at least it's not 10.
Yeah, I
So-
know, right?
So.
So for the necromancer, we're gonna need your full name.
So let's do this sort of a slightly different order. Brick, what blew up this time? Did anything? You lose anything?
I hit 0 for. I'm now deafened. I I hit 0 for interacting and combat, so I can't use my arms, and I'm deaf.
So you can't shoot. You can't move your arm. So you can move. That's all you can do.
I mean, I squished the guy earlier.
Yep. Okay. I love it. Move. It's all that's left. I
Can
don't know
be
why I'm.
used
I don't know why I'm taking
badly.
notes. Smart stuff. What? Did you lose 2 this time?
I've lost only enhanced senses, and I'm back down to standard.
So you're back to
senses.
standard senses. So your worst stat is now standard human. Nice.
Yep.
Samurai. What do things look like over? How this sounds like a very broken samurai to me. What happened?
I went from advanced to implanted pistol.
Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. You still have a weapon going into the final fight.
Yeah,
which
and then
is
everything else lost lost a point, but then I still, because there's points there, I still have them.
So yeah, you still got standard stuff. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
reduced to almost. Oh, it's got to feel icky being almost human again after all these years of being sort of super cyber human. Speaking of, except of course for the super cyber dead Mr. Bones. What happened this time?
Nothing serious. I've got a little bit of a jock itch, but my pistol still works.
Are you missing a hand?
No, actually, everything still works.
All right.
I haven't actually lost anything. I'm just a little bit, kind of sweaty.
Yep. So with that, you guys move on to this ship and you search the deck. Give me a spotting. That's a no. That's a
Probably
no.
not.
What would you like me to try
That's a
rolling?
no. You don't get to roll. You get
We don't
0.
see
Yeah.
fuck all.
Yeah, you are.
I can't
I know you're only deaf, but yeah, you have. There's no stat to rolls. You know what?
Cool.
Never say I wasn't benevolent. Roll 1d6. See if you could see darkness against the light. No, that just means you had you realize what I did there is I gave you a chance to fail. So all four of
What's
you.
going on, guys?
All 4 of you take a point of stress as you're creeping along the deck, looking. Nobody looks up and sees the inevitable cargo container drop from the crane. Smashes a hole in the deck around you and damages you. It doesn't hit you directly because that would kill you. Did anybody die? Did anybody at high stress yet? No, don't tell me. It's better that
High
way.
stress is above 5, I'm guessing, right?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, I only had 3.
Okay. 2. So yeah, you guys get up there and so you take the stress from that, but there is now a hole down into the bowels of the ship. You see some sparking as the electrical system seems to have crapped out. All the lights go out now, and the tannoy system quits as well. What do you do?
That takes care of that at least.
Multiple ways down into the boat. Sorry, what was that? Samurai?
Well, that takes care of that at least. That annoying little voice.
Well,
I can hear him.
somebody's going to have to carry Brick. He is a brick now. He needs to be carried. Right, because you have no... Oh, no, you still have move,
I got
right?
legs.
That's right. Sorry, you
All I
can
got.
move. Right. That's all he's got. So you guys...
If it comes to
down this
combat, he
hole.
can just flail his arms around.
Down into this hole in the ship and into the dark staff levels, and still nothing. One
Man,
I
more
wish I had my
spotting.
eyes back.
One more spot.
One more spotting.
Smells like home.
If this smells like hope to you, you have a weird sensation of hope. That's 2 successes.
Oh, it's about
Smells like home. Remember?
Home. I thought you said hope.
Last
Hope
game
smells like
I was in a
rotten
dungeon.
fish.
Last game we started off in a dungeon, man, and there was a troll.
So that's all 4. We started off with the 2 from Scarred. So,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you miss, and Brick. Needless to say, you also take a stress. The other 2 hear from in the depths this little voice. Oh, start your own company. They said, sure. You'll be famous. They said, sure. Hiding in the bilge of a ship. That's what I fucking am. Hiding in the bilge of a ship. I'm a multi-fucking billionaire. Oh shit, they're probably coming.
Oh yes.
You're right, motherfucker.
Oh shit. Speaking of shit. Oh. Yeah, he's in the bilge.
Oh man.
I can't hear this, so
No, only these ones heard. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm assuming you tell them.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's over here. He's in the stinky bits.
aha! Bang!
Follow.
Let's play.
Do you draw down on the ship that you're standing on?
Wait, what?
I love that laugh.
Everyone else
happen
should
to
run.
know a guy named.
Let's see. What is everybody else doing first? Then we'll do this. So yeah, this is that pause before everything happens.
Like the
Mr.
thumb is
Bones.
being pulled back.
Yeah,
I can
as far as it goes.
I can hear it.
his arm and keeps going.
Just all the way up the shoulder. The arm just keeps getting bigger.
This is the big reveal. Yeah.
I've figured out exactly what smart stuff likes to apply here at this point, so I'm using my legs to get the fuck out of Dodge. As they say.
You just run to the side of the ship and just leap into the ocean. Yeah.
Or at the very least out of the way. I mean, I can't swim. I'm a skeleton.
Yep. And for reasons, Samurai, what are you doing next?
For reasons.
I am gonna join in the fun. It's time for me to shoot Silent Lucidity.
Excellent. So you're going to burst down into the hold and try and find him in the bilge and shoot him?
Yep.
Or are you okay? Because you're reasonable. And he's just going to shoot the boat.
Blow a hole in the boat.
It's been too
Which
long since I've
leaves
been able to
us
do anything crazy.
deaf,
Like a whole minute.
all but blind, no gun, no computers, in a dark hall. You hear feet running away from you. You hear this endless clicking sound. You don't know what it means.
Accompanied with some giggling from smart stuff. I'm
And
sure.
then you hear
Oh, no,
a Pink
no
Floyd
giggling, just-
reference.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
I think the
Yeah.
skeleton might be making the wise decision here. I think I'm going to join him and see if I can get myself off this ship.
Leg it.
Okay, give me. This is perfect. Give me a spotting to see if you can follow him. Like, see if you can. You've rolled a lot of shitty numbers. See if you can roll it. Nope. You follow a noise, but it's not actually him. It's some broken equipment that's sort of banging against the railing. But you can still move. So he goes like out towards the ocean and boom, out into the water. You go the other way and trip over the rail and fall down onto the dock, taking one more stress. And then what was the 2d6 for?
That
Or
was
was that
the
your
actual
movement?
running.
Oh, okay. Pardon me. I thought it was the 2. No, so pardon me then. In
didn't
that
do so
case,
good.
yeah. You we'll do the same thing, but as you flip over, there's one last little spurt of the emergency safety jets from the flying unit at the very beginning, just before you shatter your hips on the dock. Just goes, pfft, and you land perfectly thunk on the dock.
No.
I certainly
M-
don't.
Mr.
Sorry,
Bones, what
Dr.
just
Joe.
went horribly wrong there? This was you doing what? I've completely
So,
lost
Mr.
the plot
Bones
here.
had the right idea.
Yeah.
However,
Oh
as
no,
he
you
does
went
his
jumping and
swan-
diving, right? So
Yeah, as he does his swan dive into the water, he remembers that as a human, he never learned how to swim.
right. That's problematic because he
So-
ain't gonna float.
No, especially
He's
not
covered
when
in gold.
Yeah, he ain't got
Yeah,
no
that's
flap
right.
to float. So
Yeah.
he tries to stop, and unfortunately, with metal feet on a metal floor,
Yep.
that doesn't work so well, and
Just
it's more of a
sparks.
skittering crash.
Just sparks. Just. Yep.
With oh fuck,
Where
oh
does
fuck,
this
oh
end
fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
And then whoop, over the rail because you failed. So take another stress as you plummet towards the water that you cannot swim in. So you're at least off the boat. You're at least off the boat. You're in the guts of the boat. There's an order I want to do this in. Splash. Pfft, and then walks off the dock. Samurai, you burst into the bilge area and rip open the door in the floor and look down, and there's this little miserable little shit, and he's holding up the pass card at you, the one that gives you the passcode to eternal actions. Just don't shoot me, just don't shoot me. I don't want to die covered in shit. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die covered in shit.
And this is permanent this time?
Yeah.
Until next time.
You don't
I
believe
hope-
him for a heartbeat. He reset the last one. That's what he did to you bastards last time. Say, we have the magic card. And they just went, no, that card doesn't. You know, he called the bank and they canceled it, is basically what happened.
Eventually, yeah.
This will get you your stuff back, but you know there's no such thing as forever. But if he's dead and there's no one to report it missing, the question is, do you shoot him in the shit? That is the question.
At least give him a chance to run.
You've
Everybody
worked
else-
for him for your whole professional life. He's the one that
Twice.
put all this gear on you that's now failing around you. He is, however, also one that was going to leave you to die tonight after all your gear failed.
You have 5 seconds to get out of here, or you're gonna listen to some silent lucidity.
Oh, thank God, oh, thank God, oh, thank God. And he starts climbing out at you, and he's sliding because he's all covered in shit. And, like, do you help him out? He's covered in filth.
Nope.
Nope, so you sort of step back.
I step back and I go 5.
And he's
Four.
just scrabble, scrabble,
and
scrabble,
he
scrabble,
comes
scrabble.
Getting down.
Yep.
3,
Two.
2,
He's got one knee out. He's just going, no, 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 no.
1.
Star Adventure, make your roll.
The other foot just touches the deck.
Get out of here.
And you draw back the pistol and don't shoot. However,
No, I pistol whip him.
you clobber him with the pistol on the way by. As you do, you think, I'm such a nice person. Smart stuff. Shoot something for me if you would.
All right. I still have 4, which is lovely. That does nothing. Wow.
Oh
Nope.
no!
Wow.
Wow.
Backfires.
This could have been something else. This is like all the way to the shoulder, and you line it up, and it's just, and the whole arm comes off at the shoulder as a rocket. Unfortunately, it's like an armor-piercing rocket, so it goes right through the side of the ship. Across the harbor, you see it swirling and swirling into another ship across the harbor, an oil tanker, which then goes from end to end, 300 feet of burning oil tanker.
Hit him with the ex-wife.
And then this shit-covered man climbs up onto the deck and looks at that and looks at you. Nope. And just runs and tries to dive off the side of the ship. Each of you can
Man.
have one more action.
Oh. I was going to run after him to see if... I'll just stab him with my knife.
Okay, so you're going to stab him. Mr.
Yeah,
Bones?
that's 2 successes.
If
Oh,
he
Mr. Bones, you are
doesn't
falling
make it-
towards the water. No, hang on.
If
We got it. We can't leave you there.
I was
You're
going to
hurtling
say,
towards the water.
if my final action, if Scarred Adventure doesn't manage to murder Mr. Bunnyface over here, I'm going
Yep.
to see him at the bottom, and I'm just going to stand here and hold his shirt.
Yes. I was going to say, because yes, you can't swim, but no, you can't drown either. You're
Yeah,
already dead.
I'm already
So
dead.
yeah, you're waiting to catch him. Send him down. Send him down.
Because he's got cyberware too. Everybody
Yep.
does these days.
Absolutely.
Stand him.
I was gonna try to trip him if he got on the pier.
So yeah, he's running across the thing, and you turn back, and because story, there's another spurt. And you're back up on the ship, and you run him down as he's just heading for the gangplank. Samurai, you come out of the bilge of the ship, get a nice big breath of fresh air, and see this guy running for the shore, and realize you never got the card.
Son
am
of the
going to-
bitch.
yeah, son of a bitch. I am gonna run right after him
Yep.
and try and just slice his legs off.
Absolutely. Give me an attack.
Luckily, my attack is still good.
Not so much.
Ish.
However, yeah, go ahead. I heard
Can I
no.
try to do one of those
Yes.
hard slides into him?
Yes.
Soccer slide.
Yeah. This is FunShot Fridays. I said yes before I even hear what you said.
Oh,
There it is. So yeah, you were going to miss, Samurai, but then your apparently deaf, mostly blind friend did that thing that deaf people do where they pretend they don't know what's going on and bump them right back onto the tip of your sword. So you at that moment, he drops the card. and it hits the deck and starts to spin towards the edge of the ship where it's about to fall into the ocean. I need the three of you who are still on deck. This is all just so we can work Mr. Bones back into this story. The three of you on deck, give me a first give me a spot to see if you saw it. We need some failures here. So, well, you saw it.
Nope.
You did not. Nope. Rick didn't see it. Take another stress for that. It's like, where is it? Where is it? It's good. You just saw it leave your field of view, heading towards the side of the boat, and then it's all blurry. It's like, oh shit, is it gone? So yeah, that's and who else do? Yeah, I still need you to roll
a while ago.
That's okay. Roll for this too. I don't care.
Okay.
It's a one shot. A 4. You didn't work anyway. Take another stress. By this point in the game, it's. Can I not roll? What do? I go for shawarma. That's what I do. So those of you who take damage there, take damage, and you're stumbling over each other, trying to get this thing, trying to get it, and finally at the end, as the three of you, you're like. Reason is gone. You're basically fighting each other for it, and in the middle of it is poor Brick going, I don't know what's going on, quit hitting me, stop straight, and he's hovering right over it, but you guys are all fighting over it, and finally it gets kicked and goes over the edge and boom into the water. Mr. Cyberbones, the gold skeleton standing at the bottom of the bay, looks up and sees the crystal blue card drifting down through the water towards him. Plink.
This looks important.
You know what it is. What do you do?
So, since Buddy is still, I'm assuming, dead at this point.
Oh, he's dead as fuck. Yeah, he's gone. This game is over. Except for this is the denouement for my English majors. The epilogue for the rest of you.
I'm going to walk back up to the shore as best as I can because I know it's a pier. I'm going to find a ladder somewhere and climb up. Who wants drinks?
Hang on. That's the plan. But by the time you're kind of damaged, so it takes you a while to sort of get off the ladder onto the pier. And by the time you do, there's a whole pier load of tourists just staring at this gold-plated skeleton, all covered in seaweed, with a blue pass card screaming that they're buying drinks.
I was saying, I don't even know those guys are there.
I know.
I'm looking at the boat, looking at them.
Yeah, you're talking to these three, but 100 people are seeing you do this.
Now, keep in mind, no one knows what an undead skeleton looks like. I'm basically
not in this world. No, that's a
General Grievous and a Necron warrior.
Yep.
Sparky. I've got like artificial heart, lungs, and everything. The things that my cyberware thinks that makes me human.
Yep.
They're mostly working. They're leaking milk because that's what makes bones strong.
The four of you take the card to a nearby underground nanotechnology processing lab, and you get the works installed this time, and you smartly this time, once you've had your hacking skills returned to you, you then make sure that card is blocked from this side so nobody can get at it, and it also says on your account that all this shit's paid for. So the four of you walk out thinking that you look like the 4 coolest super agents in the world. But to be fair, you're all a little past your prime.
I look more like a brass skeleton at this point.
Yeah. There's patches. You couldn't afford gold, so there's patches that are just brass that have been polished a lot to try and make it look like gold.
I'm just like, you know what, guys? I think I might start a bar.
Oh, that is where we will drop tonight then. That is an excellent place to do it. Thank you guys so much. That was a blast. I have fun doing this every single week. But here's the bit where I get to pay you back a little bit for helping me by telling me what else you're doing when you're not here. I don't have the fancy commands in Discord because I'm a lazy shit, or in Twitch, I mean, because I'm a lazy shit. But just tell us, start with you, Scarred. You got, I know some things you're not doing right now, but there's some other stuff that's still going on.
So, for those of you who do know me, I am generally part of the Mercs of Mischief. Previously, I was with the Too Many Warlocks. I still love Too Many Warlocks so much. The people there are fantastic. So one of the things I'm doing is I had to leave for a little while to do a job, and I'm back now. Actually, which is wonderful. I'm not back in game yet. I will be soon, hopefully, soon enough.
One way or the other, you're coming back.
Yeah, I really want back. I've been waiting for a while. But yeah, no. Aside from that, if you want to know, at the moment I'm writing up a story for what happens with Richard during the entire excursion. For those of you who don't know or haven't read it, I've also written up, and the link is in the description for the website itself, but I've written up a story for Lucas about what happened to him while I've been gone.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of, it's fun. I have testimonials from some people that say it's okay, some people that think it's good, other people that think, just stop doing this, man. I'm kidding. No one does that.
The thing that everybody agrees on is it's dark.
Yes.
And that's at you are a Scarred Adventurer, pretty much. Any social media that you're on, that's the tag. Is it?
No, I'm Scarred Adventure on. I'm Scarred Adventure pretty much here. I'm Scarred Adventure on Instagram. I'm Scarred Venture because I couldn't fit the entire word in on Twitter.
Right. Yeah. Because the internet's full.
Yes, and I'm also the Scarred Adventure on Reddit. And anywhere you look for me, I should be able to be found.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
For Facebook, that is. I'm not doing Facebook.
The Book of Face is not your place. I get it. Just because I know you're also doing something Vola. What have you been up to recently?
Other than watching you guys have a lot of fun on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, I do have my own RPG, Bleach: The Darkness Within. Link should be in the description soon. If not, I can put it to you on Discord. In Discord, you can find me.
Haven't done it yet.
Love you, Kevin.
No, you don't, but thank you.
Oh, no, I do, because trust me, this is relaxing for me too. But if you go to the Dirty 20 Gaming Discord, you can find me there under Solar Dasher. And I'd be happy to direct you. Not a problem. There we go. That you can do.
Yeah, I promoted myself, just none of you. What an ass. Yeah.
It's a work in progress. I'm only becoming a regular from now on.
Oh. Speaking of which, thank you. You are my absolutely, like you have said anytime, and you have followed up on that by every time I need somebody, you're just like, yes. I haven't even taken my hands off the keyboard, and you're like, yes, I'll do it. So thank you very much for that. It's amazing. It's a pleasure. And like I said, it's a relief for me to be able to do this, especially because sometimes not all my RPGs work out during the week. Yeah, I'm only in a few others. Yeah. But none of them stream. I need to find one. I want to find one. I swear. Yeah, we'll find you one. We'll find you one. If not, there's a whole bunch more Fridays. Definitely. I'm open for just about anything if you guys want to try and find me. Absolutely. But either way, Bleach: The Darkness Within. It's a Bleach-themed RPG where you can become a character from the Bleach universe, and Bleach is a Japanese animation. For those who are interested, just you can even just find Kevin, and he can throw you my way. Yep, absolutely. I can do that. That at least I can do. That doesn't require any typing. Speaking of regulars and people that will come in at a moment's notice, this time it was a plan. But you've done this a lot, Bison. I really appreciate all the effort you put in here playing with us. Thank you very much for coming in. Are you still in that horrible place where you want to stream but can't yet?
Yeah, I don't have a computer that I think has enough to it to really stream. I'm currently working on a Cyberpunk Red campaign. I have
Nice.
at least one person at the present, but the game is not out yet. It comes out in
Okay.
September, as per Mike Pondsmith, the man
Nice.
himself, but he
Yeah.
does not say when because make me wait. So I'm working on it. I've decided that Mr. Bones is going to be a character in my game. You will,
Excellent.
if I do stream it, I probably won't do it right away because I'm working with a lot of newbies, and the rule is
Yeah.
you don't stream newbies
Yeah.
unless they
Yeah.
want
It's
to.
just not fair. Yeah.
No.
It's not fair.
And this
I
will be my
agree.
first time putting some real actual work into GMing too, so we're kind of all new at this.
Very cool. That's a great way to do it. Just work together, steal everybody's ideas, work as a team. It's the best way to tell a story because five
I want
brains
to
are
have
better
fun.
than one. Yeah, no matter how good your brain is, having four other people help you tell the story makes it better.
Or in your case, Kevin, 3.
Yeah. But speaking of new play, I chose to take that as a Too Many Warlocks reference. But speaking of new players, in one sense, you're quite new. Nick, this is your second time here, right? In this game, and you're part of the dorm life game over at Mercs of Mischief, right? Tell us a bit about how that worked. Or you were? I'm sorry, you've gone back to school now, so you're our first graduate, to be fair. So, yeah, tell us how that went.
That got me into something that now. Well, I mean, I guess talking about dorm life specifically. I sort of just joined the Discord and Kevin said, have you ever played at a table before? And I said, no. And I had no idea what to expect going into it. Or I tried to have no expectations. But I remember seeing Kevin run Deadlands before, so I kind of had a little bit of an idea for what he can do.
Uh-huh.
And ended up working with BJ and Anna. They're kind of both on the Merc side of things.
Yeah.
Anna does a lot of really good art, and BJ I think does some other stuff now, but he's pretty involved in the whole thing.
He works in our media. He is our media department. So yeah, over there now. So, yeah.
It is very much to happen.
Yeah.
Getting involved
But,
in that was something special, and something I'm probably never gonna forget anytime soon.
I appreciate the hell out
the
of that.
semester's over, so I might have a Thursday afternoon or evening available again.
Let me know, man. You'll be back in there in a heartbeat. It was great fun having you, and we set it up so you can come back at any time. So that's where we are with that. Yeah,
I am trying to get 3 brave or foolish people, not entirely sure how to describe them, to be players for me as a DM for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not enough DMs in the world. Do it.
No, it is just be getting the people who I trust will kind of be patient with me and will understand me being patient with them.
Yeah, like Bison said, learn it together. Like get to have that. That's the thought process. Let's the 4 of us get together and figure out how to play this game. Right? That's the way to do it. And with that, I guess that leaves only me, and Karis will yell at me if I don't do this. So Mondays I do Mercs of Mischief. Wednesdays at 5 o'clock in the morning I play Starfinder with some amazing, crazy, and fun Australians. Wednesday night I play an unstreamed game with another group of people. Thursday I do the dorm life game unstreamed in the afternoon because again, don't stream new players, it's not fair. Thursday nights I do Iron Sworn, which is a co-op game. Me and 3 other people make it all up on the fly, no plot, no nothing. Last night was, even by our standards, last night was heart-wrenching.
It was.
And then to make up for all of that tension, I come back here every Friday and do this foolishness with these crazy people, and it just I was going to say unhinged, and then I almost didn't, but no, I'm going with that. It unhinges me for the weekend so I can relax. So I am going to end, as I always do, with 6 heartfelt thank yous. Thank you, Scarred Adventurer. It's a pleasure. I can't wait till you come back. And come back and really come back to the Warlocks. We need to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah.
see, the chat has spoken.
Chad, so you don't have a choice now, bud.
Nick, thank you. The level of bravery. I say it every time somebody comes on here for the first or second time. I mean, Scar does this all the time. These other two have done it a bunch of times. To come in here and to walk into this room and play with us and hold your own, spectacularly well done. Very brave. I'm very glad to have you. Thank you very much. Bison, thank you again. Always fun. I know your beer did not taste good tonight, but hopefully the game left a better taste in your mouth than the beer did.
It was actually, the weird thing is it got better the drunker I got. So,
Well, that's how that's supposed to work. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I
That's
made sure it wasn't my
actually
first.
have to edit out.
It's like, it's number 4 at this point. So it's,
yeah, well, there you go. That's a reasonable amount. That's the Twitch's rule: is you must not consume an unreasonable amount. So,
and it's yeah, good.
Which leaves us with a big thank you as well for Vola. Again, not only for showing up, not only for bringing back Samurai, not only for rolling terribly all night and just going with it, which I appreciate from the bottom of my heart, but also for coming in on short notice and stepping in like you've been waiting weeks to play. So I appreciate the hell out of that. If there is still anybody in chat, thank you guys as well. Twitch chat, you guys were fun tonight. We filled the whole screen and then it scrolled and stuff, and it made me think like people are actually enjoying this. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And for everybody in the future that watches it on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed that. And no, I didn't edit any of it. So with that, I'm going to end with my new closing. If you would be so kind, be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night.